had a really rough night last night, a lot of pain, didn't sleep well. So I decided to come out to the garden and say hello to my babies. And I wanted to do a garden update so you guys could say hello too and say hello fall. So I don't know if my potatoes are going to come up or not. I'm thinking that these were planted at the end of July and I still am not seeing any leaves coming up. I did remove some of the hay, thinking maybe I had covered it too much with hay and that could be deterring them from growing. I don't know. Like I said, this was an experiment. I had been told you could do a second planting with potatoes. I'm just gonna leave them until the spring and see what happens, but I have no idea. The cucumbers are looking amazing. Wow, look. Oh geez, I'm gonna have to get out here and pick some cucumbers. Ew, there's a slug on that. Oh, God dang it. See? But this is my happiness right here. I don't know if it'll get to the point where we can actually eat it, but at least I know that watermelon will grow. This one's a crimson sweet. That one's a sugar baby. But watermelon will grow in Washington. This is the green bean bed that I think I'm just gonna leave. I pulled one. Remember I told you guys that I planted 2 beans per area just in case. I pulled one there. But you know what? I think I'm just going to let the chaos reign and I'm going to let them grow because I don't want to pull. The marigolds look amazing, don't they? And look at this that nasturtium has gotten so big. That's crazy. I guess they're loving it in these beds. That makes me happy too. But look at all my beets except for the ones that the squirrels or the chipmunks have dug up. But I mean, still, there's quite a few. I mean, I may have to thin them out. I think I was told that they could be, you could have one every 2 inches, and that's how I thinned them. So we'll see, but I think that I'm going to be able to pickle some beets this year. And the cabbage. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, if that one will grow. So hopefully that means that we'll have some sauerkraut too. Okay, this is the unruly tomato bed that I came out here and went full on like Jason Voorhees and slashed the shit out of. I cut so much off. I had to. This beefsteak that didn't turn out to be a beefsteak, but is actually cherry tomato. This plant grew from this corner. It literally had just tendrils or whatever you want to call it that went to the opposite corner of this bed. So I chopped most of that off. I kept this one just because there was a lot of grape tomatoes on that. But even with that, you can see, I mean, we're just loaded with green tomatoes. So little by little they are ripening. I'm pulling them and then tossing them in the freezer so I can do something with them when I get a good amount. And now my pepper plants are actually starting to get some sun, so you can see in there. I'm not sure what that doesn't look like a jalapeno. That one does. I know in here somewhere this is a Fresno, and I am seeing some peppers down there. So now that I've trimmed back, let me get across here. Now that I've trimmed back the tomatoes so they can get some sun, there's a poblano. I think I'm actually going to get a few peppers, but I learned my lesson. Like I said, next year, tomatoes are going in a grow bag. Tomatillo, I hacked and sliced that too. I haven't gotten a lot off there, and because of the fact that I've been in pain, I haven't picked up the ones that have dropped, so I don't think those are going to be worth saving. But I've been freezing these too so that I could make salsa when I get enough. And this is all that's left of those peas. I kept re-sowing and then they kept getting eaten. I'm actually thinking maybe it's the bunnies. I'm not sure. So I'm going to let this go. Hopefully, you know, we'll get enough peas on here that I might be able to can a little bit. But next year, I'm thinking about building either just like a 1 foot deep, 1 foot tall box that could run along here, or grow bags, and then just putting some type of netting or something around them to keep them from getting eaten. Here's what I've been excited to show you guys. We put together little like greenhouses to keep the freaking chipmunks and squirrels out of these beds that I was replanting for the fall. And now that we've been able to kind of control that, look, that's all carrots. You can see where there's bald spots because that's where they dug. And then I just came in here and I kind of chaos seeded. So I just I took a whole envelope of seeds and just threw them in there. And then I'll just thin them out when I need to. Over here was broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I see a few sprouts coming up. I don't know what they are. I guess we'll figure it out when they grow. And then this one is the bed that had the lettuce and onions in it. Still have green onions. Planted, yeah, Bobby, what did you plant over there? Collard greens. And it looks like some of those came up. Down here, this is all cilantro. There's some dill over there. I believe spinach and some lettuce. And then over there was onions, which I made chaos seed. More onions up there. This was that romaine lettuce that I was letting go to seed because it was slow bolt. So what I did was I chopped the top of it off, and I'll show you in the house. I put it in a glass of water. And here is the top of that romaine lettuce. See, it's going to seed. I need to pull those so I have them, but that's what I was hoping, that I was still going to be able to get seeds. And then there's my little nursery indoors for my tomatoes to ripen. That one needs to ripen. Out on the back deck, the only thing that's really worth noting is, of course, Pedro looks amazing and has all these tomatoes on him. I need to probably pull those ones. I pull them at first blush, and then I just take them in and let them ripen. The blueberries grew a lot. I did fertilize them, so we're gonna have to figure out a place that we want to just have like a berry area in the yard. Now let me show you the squash. It's crazy over here. Look at this. I mean, you can barely even see the trellis. That's pumpkin right there. Next to it's butternut, and then after that is the delicata. They all look fabulous. And then you have this guy over here. I mean, you know, we do have the one that I hand pollinated. I did two, but that one's not really growing. This one looks great. I think that might be the only spaghetti squash we're gonna get. I do not know. I mean, look at this. The squash leaves look horrible. Nasturtium looks amazing. But then I noticed, look, I believe that's a delicata. I had just seen another one this morning that it looked like. So it does look like I have multiple delicatas growing. And then over here is a butternut that I hand pollinated, but I don't like that that is yellow on the end. I feel like that means it's gonna die, because that's what happened with the spaghetti squash. When the blossom fell off, if the squash itself turned yellow, it'd fall off, but we'll see. I've been waiting to see. Then this is the pumpkin. I mean, it's gone all the way across, and I see several little pumpkins. So of course I can't find them all right now. Oh, look, we have a hello, little spider friend. Are you taking care of the critters for me? Thank you, I appreciate it. But that's the update for this week. Happy fall, y'all. Even though I know it's not officially fall to the end of the month, it is to me. I'm going to go lay my body down because I did not sleep well last night. I'll talk to you later.